Hello and welcome to Sethioz Drone Flight School. Right, so this is a guide for beginners who want to know how to fly these things. I'm gonna start with that small one, which is the easiest. So we're gonna start with the smallest one. This is the easiest to fly. It has auto hover, so it's very easy to fly. We have a button in here. We flip it on, put the drone on the ground, and it blinks. Then we turn on the controller. It beeps, then we push it up, this analog, and let it go. And once the lights are stable, sometimes it doesn't always want to connect. Okay, now it connected. See, the lights have to stay on, both of them. The drone lights, they stay on, and the controller stays on. Right. And first we want to learn the controls before we, jump into it. So on this thing, this button in here moves the drone like this, 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 and this. This analog in here rotates it left and right. It rotates like this, and up and down it's obviously the height. And this thing in here is take off and land, this small button in the middle. So first thing to do with this drone is get ready on this stick. You can also change the sticks on this drone. It's drone specific, but usually you can't change them. Usually this is the default controls, and don't push it like this. Be gentle with it, just a little bit, So the first thing, hit this and then be ready on this analog. So let's do that. And see if it starts drifting anywhere, then just try to pull it away from things. It should automatically hold the height. And see, with this we can rotate it. And if it goes too high, pull down slightly. Okay, see, that's the thing where you need to be ready on this analog in here. Just keep it, on the right height where you want it. And just learn this. Don't go crazy with this. Don't start flying around places you can't go. Just learn this first. Look at that, it can actually make the propellers move on this big one. But yeah, learn this first. Once you're comfortable with this, you know how to fly this, then try adding this to the mix, like up and down. And always stay behind the drone, because if I push forward right now, it goes that way and backwards is here. But if you turn it sideways, then the forward is there, see? Then it's more difficult to control. If I press forward, it goes that way, see? Forward is there. So you want to stay behind the drone where you can see the red lights behind it. I'm pretty good with this thing already. And there's a lot of air coming from it, by the way. And this also has some advanced functions. If you press this down, that's the fast movement. See, it moves a lot faster, and you can do this. Whoops, no, sorry, it's not. That's the fast movement. Check this out. And it also can do flips. If you press this button down and then pull it like this, it does the flip thing. And well, that's how you fly the small drone, but the big ones are a little bit more difficult, so let's get to the big ones now. Let's put this thing down. Right, the big one is coming up. Let's turn this off. So this one, it doesn't have on-off switch, but like I said, that's drone specific, so you don't want to jump into things. But first thing to do with this drone, make sure it's facing the controller, which means this is the front. So we're gonna put it like this, and you're behind with the controller. Turn the controller on. And then usually the pair with the drone, you just do this. Make sure you don't keep it up, because otherwise it's gonna take off. Sometimes it doesn't want to pair if it's still blinking. So you have to turn it off, back on. If it doesn't pair, then you simply have to turn the drone off or disconnect it. And we do it again. Make sure you don't keep it up. See, and once the lights are stable on, then it means the drone is connected. Right. These kind of drones, they don't hold the altitude on their own. You have to hold it from here. If it's down, then it means it's not going anywhere, so it's down, right? What you want to do is control your throttle first. I'm gonna take this out of the way. So the throttle thing in here, don't like push it up because you will crash it if you haven't learned this. Just press it slightly. You don't have to take off with it. If any point you feel uncomfortable, just pull it back down and the drone stops. It's very simple as that. Don't like panic or anything. Don't start slapping the buttons around. So you push this and just get the response of the throttle. Just learn how the throttle works. Go gently and just get it off the ground, just a little bit, If at any point you're uncomfortable with it, put it back down. Simple as that. Just do this a few times. Once you're comfortable, like you can hover it, see, like this, and then put it back down. Obviously it's not gonna hover in the same place because of the air movement and stuff. But this is how you learn the throttle thing. This is the very important bit to begin with. If at any point you feel like it's going out of control, pull it down, and that's it. And don't go any higher than I went. Just keep it like this, so you can put it, bam, back to the ground, right? So once you're comfortable with this, you know how the throttle works, then learn this thing. This is the movement. It moves the drone left, right, forward, backwards. So the next thing, take it off once you're comfortable with this. Then take it off from the ground and keep it about this level from the ground and just try to move left and right and maybe land it wherever you want it. Don't go any higher because if you crash you might just break it. So, and this is exactly what I'm gonna do in here. Just move it just slightly, see? Learn the throttle and then learn to control it left, right, forward. And again, press it very gently. Don't like, if I press too much it's gonna just slam into the ground. Just be gentle with it. And just try to keep it in, one place. This is how you learn it. Again, if any point you're uncomfortable with it, put it back down. I'm gonna just try to land it on the landing pad where I took off from. This is how you learn the basic controls of this thing. See? I have the hang of this, so I know how this stuff works. And once you're comfortable with all this, like I showed you, then the final thing is to rotate the drone. And again, take off with it, not too high, just hold it where you're comfortable with it, and gently try to rotate it like this and like this. But again, it's very difficult to control it if you rotate it like this, because the forward is no longer forward, so my, forward is the other direction. See, sometimes I can even mess up, but not too much, This is why you're so close to the ground, just to learn the basics of the drone. See? You don't have to go any higher. This is how you learn to fly these things. Maybe just use the entire battery just to, learn the basics, like go into the zones where you're comfortable with, then come out of it. Just keep it, above the ground so you don't break it. Don't go too close to the objects so you're not gonna break the, blades and stuff. And finally, see? Once you're comfortable with all that, then you can start doing other stuff with it. Like, for example, fly a little bit higher with it. Whoa, there was some air drafting or something. This drone can do flips, but I wouldn't really recommend it in here. I might actually try it real quick. See, but yeah, I went out of control after the flip. I just felt it's gonna, drift, and that's why I pulled the analog down. This is how you prevent the crashing. You just land. And let's try again. Obviously from high altitude you can't just pull the analog down because then it's gonna just free fall and crash. But let's try one more time with the flip thing. I think it should be about this height. But see, it's not stable, it's just the wind is messing with it. Let's go a little bit higher. Maybe in here. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, but yeah, you shouldn't be flipping them inside if you don't know how to control these things yet, but I'm just saying, very gentle movements with analog, very gentle. Don't like panic or anything. It's very easy to control if you follow these basic, things. Whoa, 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 see? And you can also do some tricks with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna just try to put it back in the middle. Now I'm a little bit messing up right now. Alright, and the trick is that you just put the throttle on so it doesn't take off, and then you can use this stick to do like this, for example. That's pretty cool, see? Or lift it like this. That's pretty cool. This is also how you can learn the analog response. Just, you know, gently, see? This is maximum, it doesn't go because obviously it doesn't flip itself. Whoa! Okay, see, that's what happens if you start messing around with it. But I hope I explained this pretty well, how you know, control these things. I'm gonna land this now away from here a little bit. Let's go over the peak drone. And put it in there. So why not give this one a go, hey? That's the same controls, but I will do it anyway, just for the fun of it. So this one pairs the same way. You turn this on, you pull it up and then down, and then the lights should stop blinking. There we go. And once again, learn the controls, because all the drones are not, you know, the same. I mean, the layout is the same, like the turning and stuff, but the throttle response, all that is not the same. So again, you want to get it off the ground and then just learn to land it. I know it's a little bit weird right now, but well, again, learn the throttle response. Don't go anywhere, you know, don't go flying with it like, you know, any kind of flips or stuff. But and if you do it outside, most likely will be doing it outside, then go on the soft ground like grass. Start with grass or something like this. You don't want to go flying, you know, over like tarmac or something. So, and again, just try to get it off the ground. And just hold it stable with this button in here. If you feel uncomfortable, just put it back to the ground. This has a lot of wind power in here, so it's difficult to fly it inside. But yeah, this thing is a bit too big for inside, so I'm gonna, you know, end this with that. But as you can see, you can control it easily if you follow these basic steps. Just learn it by doing small adjustments, and that's all you need to do. And once you're comfortable with that, then you can take it to the heights, you know, and stuff like that. I hope this helps you guys to learn how to control the drones on a basic level, and I will see ya next time.